at your posts, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving to the next part. And Birgitte Sand, the CEO of Birgitte Sand and Associates, will again be on the podium, and this time discussing the political realities of gambling reform in Germany, together with Julia Lenzing. And Julia is partner public affairs strategy and communication with von Beust und Kollegen. Yeah, right. And due to time constraints, there will not be any room for questions, but afterwards there will be drinks, and then you can ask all the questions you want. Thank you.
Right. So lovely to have you on stage, Julia.
Thank you.
I've known you for many years as well. And you're going to share with us a little bit more about the political realities in Germany. Because it's quite complicated, as
we already learned, yeah.
So tell us about who actually decides on gambling regulation. Is it complicated or easy?
Yeah, I've learned a new word today, like Kevin said, the United States of Germany, but they are not United States. If you're looking at the state treaty on gambling, like the Glücksspielstaatsvertrag, you see 16 different lenders, and then you see 16 different opportunities and opinions about gambling. And then we have as you already know, the legal framework, the Glücksspielstaatsvertrag, and then we have the authority, the GGL, and that's important to know. The GGL is not a federal agency, like a ministry or a national office. It's a shared authority from all 16 federal states. So, and we've talked a lot about the administrative board, about who's sitting in this board.
Can I just share? It sounds a little bit sort of like a shared thing, a shared regulatory body.
Yeah.
Sounds scary to me.
Yeah, because.
So, how do they share a regulatory authority?
Yeah, they share it on the board. Just every Bundesland has to put money to the GGL, and so it's a jointly authority. And so every country has a table on the administrative board, and the state secretary who are sitting at the tables from the GGL above, they're only thinking, their mindset is danger prevention. Because we are talking about the Ministry of Interior. We are talking not about the Ministry of, how do you think we can go things forward? It's very, very much about danger prevention.
And
that's the mindset.
How much do they know about gambling?
It depends on which country you are, or in which country you are handling with. Some kinds of Bundesländer are thinking gambling is like the hell, I would say, just to point it out. It's only, okay, we have the monopoly, and that's okay, we have the state monopoly, but we don't want to have online gambling, we don't want to have any other things. So, and that's why you see this compromising, like in the Glücksspielstaatsvertrag. And that's the mindset we are talking about. We have a conservative party like the CDU. It's getting, okay, we need to deal with it. Just, okay, gambling is there. Okay, the people are gambling. Okay, we need to deal with it. But we have other Bundesländer like, okay, we don't want to deal with it. It's like, we are not seeing it. We are not, okay, there is a black market. Yeah, that's fine. But we need to do more enforcement, not doing more for the industry. So that's kind of mindset.
Is it cut in stone that they stay that way, or do they change their mind sometimes, or does it take an election to have a change of the majority pro or against gambling, or is it that kind of thing?
So that's, I would say, der Silberstreifen am Horizont. We have 5 elections next year. And if you're talking about the administrative board from the GGL, there could be changes. And if we're talking about the 5 elections in the Bundesländer, we are talking about Berlin, Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, Sachsen-Anhalt, where the GGL is based, Baden-Württemberg, and Rheinland-Pfalz.
But that's only 5, and you have 16.
Yeah.
So how can they actually change the majority? How can that come around?
It depends on like majorities at the administrative board you're talking about. There's just, you need 11. Just to go things forward, you need a vote of 11, so yeah.
So it depends also of the size of each lender, how much power they would have?
No. There we are talking about the Federal Council. That's
Okay.
one or the other. If you're talking about the taxes, if
Yeah.
we're talking about, then we are talking about the Federal Council. That's not the administrative board from the GGL.
Okay.
So there's two kinds of different things.
Right.
Yeah.
So the elections, you say you have 5 coming up?
Yeah.
What about the rest? So they don't have election at the same time?
No. The first elections are in March this year, and then September. Yeah.
And you say that there might be some changes. Do you foresee any political changes that would be in favor of good regulation in Germany?
Yeah, if you're talking about like Rhineland-Pfalz, or if you're talking about Baden-Württemberg, there you see there could be a political change, like from more about the Conservative Party. Yeah, but just to talk about the big elephant in the room, we have a huge right party problem in some kinds of, we call it the new Bundesländer, like Mecklenburg-Vorpommern or Sachsen-Anhalt. So there is, it's not because of, as you already know, the right party is very strong in Germany.
Right, so you would say in general, it's hard to actually know exactly what will be the turnout, right, of those elections.
Because there's a lot of time now, and
Is it also based on really back in the days? Is it sort of like ancient kind of view on gambling, or are we dealing with sort of change of mind every second year, or have you had the same lender not in any way promoting gambling for many years? Is it the same lender that are against gambling? Or?
No, it's not like the view has changed a little bit if you're talking about the black market. That's for sure, because every political stakeholder knows, okay, there is a huge black market if we're talking about online gambling or about gambling. So that's like the realistic state of the art. But the thinking and the mindset is one kind of lenders are like, okay, we need to do more enforcement. And they not see the other side of the medal, we need to do more for the licensed operators. So it's only the thinking, okay, more enforcement and then it's okay.
So ultimately it can turn out to be quite a challenge to actually redirect their focus on also other issues around regulation.
Yeah.
Because of course it's very easy for politicians to gather votes or attention when they discuss enforcement, right? I mean, great many people sort of instantly like the word of protection and enforcement and doing something about the illegal or anything. It's more complicated to talk about big or small adjustments of a current gambling regulation. It doesn't attract the same votes, perhaps?
No, it's like, it's a very nitty-gritty thing, I would say. And like you said, if enforcement, you can just in North Rhine-Westphalia getting to a riot and say, okay, we are going through it and doing a lot of things about illegal gambling. But it's not like making the big newspapers with, okay, let's talk about how we can get a strong legal market. It's not like...
So now we know a bit more about what reality looks like, right? It's complicated. It's complicated.
Everything is complicated in Germany.
And so, in your view, best case scenario for the industry, what would that look like? I mean, what does industry need to do to sort of like get the right message to the politicians and to each and every lender to sort of make the illegal market smaller, but also the legal market far more attractive. I mean, what do they have to do?
Yeah, we have to change the mindset. We have to change the mindset and talk to the political stakeholders and say, okay, you see there's a black market, and we are here. We are licensed operators. We stay here. We are getting here taxes and so on, and you want to stay here. So, and the enemy is out there, and it's a black market, but enforcement is not the only solution. You need to take it, and you need to create a good, just market level playing field for the operators. But you need to show the two kinds of the medal. And yeah, but clearly you cannot win any vote if you're going to election to talking about a political and about gambling. It's like, yeah.
So when you look back at today's discussions and the different speakers, I mean, at least it jumps to my mind that it seemed to be in this room, and those you represent, all the speakers that have been up here representing industry, it seems to me that there's a sort of consent that we're prepared to fight for this market in Germany, right? We're actually prepared to collaborate, and we're prepared to throw in. We just heard O'Neill. I mean, we're prepared to spend money, effort, knowledge, share our data to the extent we can, and so forth. We're really prepared to support well-functioning regulation. And does that matter to politicians? Will they even listen and actually talk to industry through people like yourselves or directly? Do you see that happening?
Yeah. You see it like, as I said, from the Ministry of Interior, and you see it from the like the administrative board of the DGL and the DGL too. But yeah, you not see it at the German Bundestag, because they say, okay, the Glücksspiel Staatsvertrag, leave it to the lender, have fun. So you see, it's just like, yeah.
So are you saying that actually also the lenders sometimes find themselves in kind of a squeeze there or complicated situation because it doesn't really appeal to the federal level that much? They're left to sort of with the problem themselves, to solve it themselves.
Yeah, but as you see, like when you're talking about the taxes, like the Bundestag decided on the tax law, but the states collect the money. So as you see, and then they're earning a lot of money from the gambling industry, just to speak it out here. Yeah, and then it's like they have to do something. Yeah. And that must be the approach. Just do something. Yeah.
So, well, of course, it's also far easier once you've seen from a very experienced panel of speakers today also. I mean, it's pure math, isn't it? When you look at the taxation models that works or not, right? I mean, so GGR compared to stake taxation model, I mean, it should be straightforward, right? To like or dislike this or that model and do the math again. How much revenue can we actually get from this or that model? Why isn't it happening? I mean, why doesn't that impress the lender more?
Because it's gambling?
Yeah. So it stops there. I mean, they don't even get close to perhaps looking deeper into things?
Yeah, some states are now getting deeper and looking at it because, as you already know, in Germany, everyone is searching for money. The Ministry of Finance just from the lender, there is a change, but just to lower we need more than maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. We're not talking about next year. So.
Right. So looking at a European poll, do we have some questions for Julia, perhaps?
There was one thing popping up when I was listening to your answer, Julia, and that's living in Scandinavia. There's one thing that stuck out to me is that politicians actually attend conferences. Now, I would like to ask the question, are there any members of parliament or politicians, German politicians in the room today? They are not. In Scandinavia, it's very normal. So in Norway, where they have a monopoly, state monopoly, members of parliament come to conferences that are pleading for opening the market. In Finland, politicians are coming to conferences where the upcoming market regulation is being discussed. So this is a real difference between Germany, at least, and for instance, Scandinavia or Finland. It's striking. How can we get them to come to these conferences?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, I don't expect you to have the answer, but...
So, just for today, the German Bundestag is already full. The calendar is full, so maybe...
we should get politicians from the Länder, right?
Yeah. We need politicians from the Länder.
Yeah. That makes it more complicated.
So, we need to go to the Länder.
Berlin should at least be here.
Berlin has an election next year, so...
Okay. Thank you very much. This was really, really interesting. I now have the task to entertain you whilst the podium is being transformed, but not after we thank you for this excellent discussion. Thank you.